modern cinema paints a highly specific picture of ancient combat. The shredded, low-body fat warrior fueled by massive quantities of meat and raw protein. But the actual arenas of the ancient world required a different kind of athlete. Contemporary Roman mosaics depict elite fighters with thick, stocky builds. They carry dense muscle beneath a visible layer of mass, standing in sharp contrast to the highly sculpted physiques we expect today. The biological engine driving Roman physical dominance relied entirely on plant-based carbohydrates. To expand their borders, Roman forces had to navigate aggressive climates and severe vertical elevations. A single major engagement, like the Battle of Cannae, required fielding, moving, and feeding up to 80,000 men at once. These soldiers carried heavy armor and equipment over rough ground, often marching up to 20 miles in a single day. Supplying an army of this size with meat was mathematically unworkable. Bloodstock herds moved far too slowly to keep pace with a marching legion. Required massive amounts of local water, and the resulting meat spoiled rapidly without refrigeration. Survival required a food source that was lightweight, immune to decay, and provided slow, consistent energy. The Roman field rations solved this logistical problem through a precise, highly engineered formula designed for long-term endurance. The core staple was buccellatum, a pure carbohydrate hardtack biscuit. It was baked twice to eliminate moisture, resulting in a dense disc that could sit in a leather satchel for months without spoiling. For hydration, soldiers carried pasca, a mixture of water and sour wine or vinegar. The acidity neutralized bacteria in local water sources, protecting the legion from debilitating camp diseases. To make pounds of bland grain palatable, they relied on garum, a fermented fish sauce. It delivered a heavy dose of umami to simulate satiety, while efficiently replacing the sodium lost after hours of marching in heavy armor. Hardtack, vinegar water, and fermented fish sauce function together as a tactical advantage, giving Roman columns the physical capacity to outmarch opposing forces. Physical evidence of this diet was recovered in Ephesus, a wealthy and influential hub in western Anatolia. In 1993, archaeologists excavating outside the ancient stadium limits uncovered a mass graveyard containing the remains of professional gladiators. This scatterplot chart shows the results of stable isotope analysis performed on the collagen extracted from those bones. By measuring nitrogen and carbon isotope ratios against known dietary baselines, researchers plotted the gladiators precisely in the high-carbohydrate plant-based quadrant. The chemical signatures confirmed that these fighters consumed minimal animal protein. Contemporary texts verify this, recording the official term for a gladiator as hordearii, meaning barley men. A diet of barley and lentils produces intense satiety, making it nearly impossible to overeat to the point of obesity. Instead, a high fiber and complex carbohydrates build dense functional muscle. The slight surplus of calories provided a specific combat utility. A thick layer of subcutaneous fat acted as biological armor, allowing superficial sword cuts to bleed heavily for the crowd's entertainment, without damaging the vital organs or musculature underneath. The Ephesian bones also revealed a highly specific post-combat recovery protocol. After training and fighting, gladiators consumed a specialized tonic brewed from plant ashes. Forensic analysis of the Ephesian skulls displays repeated severe blunt force trauma, proving the immense violence these men survived. Trace element analysis also shows unusually high strontium mortals. The ash tonic flooded their systems with this mineral, accelerating calcium synthesis to rapidly knit fractured bone together. The carbohydrate diet and ash supplements operated as a complete biomechanical system, ensuring fighters could absorb heavy damage and heal rapidly enough to return to the arena. Roman leadership engineered their military supremacy by treating agriculture and human endurance as a single science. By prioritizing slow-burning fuel over heavy protein, the metabolic profile of a Roman legionary mirrored a modern ultramarathon runner rather than a powerlifter. They secured their supply lines by focusing entirely on massive grain shipments, ignoring the logistical nightmares of transporting livestock. The most effective military force of antiquity secured its empire by marching on twice-baked wheat, sanitizing their water with vinegar, and simply outlasting whoever stood in their way.